Okay, so hopefully this is not too cumbersome. I'm trying to get the picture right, so hopefully my hands aren't too close to you. Alright, so this is the head. Again, top of the body we just finished. We end up going through. You can just take your points here, take your first circle over here to the right, go to the middle point here on this bead here, and then follow it around to the middle point right here and cross through. Still working with our silver side. We're going to take 5 of your main color beads and we're going to go through one. And we're going to start doing some a little bit more difficult beading here in just a second. It's not bad, it's just a little bit more difficult. Okay, Athena, I'm right here. Lay down. Lay down. No, down. Just trying to find a more comfortable position. Okay. Alright, so we're going through the 5th bead. Same kind of beading we were doing before, going through the 5th bead here. Alright, so we're taking our 5 beads and we're grabbing our left side and we're pulling it through. Now, you can see where we're at. We're going through these beads, these 5 beads. We're not going through anything else, okay? So it's okay that it's kind of slipping up a little bit because I'm going to lock it down with this once I put this through this bead here. So here's where it's coming together, and this is the 5 beads we're working on. So that's where we're going to go through. Okay, so that locked that down. So there's the 5 beads, our forehead head that we're beginning our head, and then we're working on these 5 here. Okay, and then going, of course, going up. So you want to anchor that down and pull both sides taut. Alright, so that was line 18. Line 19 is add 4, and we're not going to go through anything. And this is where it gets a little bit more cumbersome, but if you're just patient and take it slow, it won't be a problem. So this adding 4, and we're not going to go through anything after we connect them together. That's 3. Here's 4. I'm going to take this, and we're going to go through it like we normally do. Okay, if it gets twisted, untwist it. Grab our work, pull through, take both sides and pull taut. Okay, because we're gonna let that go now. Now we're not going through anything yet because we have to make that wide base for the head. The base of that head is a big fat head, so we have to make it really wide. So now we're gonna add. That was line 19. Now 20 is add 4 and go through 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go through here, pull it down, and we're gonna, it's starting to spin, let it go. And we're gonna go through 2. Now we're gonna pull this down and pull it through like we did the other time, right? Now, this is wanting to pop up, so we can just pull it tight. We're still in the same position because we haven't gone through anything. So we're basically doubling to this hole. Don't just lay your stuff flat. Let go of your working line that you add the beads on. Take your side that you're going to go through the beads on. And I'll show you. Alright, so this is where it's coming in. So I'm going to go through 2. I can go through 1 first if you want to. I mean, it's all on you. If you want to go through just 1 first and get it anchored down, that's fine. This is trying to go through 2 at the same time, so that's fine. It's 2 I need to go through. Okay. I'm going to hold my work and pull that through till that pops in there. Okay. Now this side, see how that's like trying to slide over on that? You need to get that off of there. You do that by pulling on your strands and then making sure this is where it belongs. Oh, I got this discombobulated here. Hang on. Tucked under there. tucked under there again. See how easy it gets all pulled through? Now I pull it down and I can pull it through. Now that happens, so just be patient if you have to take it down and do it again, because it's easier. It was easier for me just to undo that. But if for you, if it's easier to take it down and redo it, then just take it down and redo it. And it just gets a little loose, and you have to kind of backtrack to beads that you would normally have already crossed through. All right, so that was line number 20. Now 21 is add 2 and don't go through anything, just like we did before. We're doing it with 2 now. Add 2 and don't go through anything. This is 21. Okay. This is wanting to twist a little bit, so I'm just let go of it. And then I'm going to grab my line here. We'll pull through gently so I don't pull it too hard and kink that line. Okay, so there's nice and tight. I'm not going to go through anything. Go back to my right side. That was line 21. Line 22 is add 1 main color. Add 2 of the number 2 main color. And 1 main color again. And then we're going to go through 2. So here's your colors. You got your 1 main color, 2 of the number 2 main color, and 1 main color. Bring that down. And you can see this, my working side's getting shorter. Okay, pull that down. Nice and taut. We have to go through this. So I just lay my stuff on the side, let go of the side. Okay. And I'm going to go, this is where they're coming down. And I got to go through 2. But we already have beads over here, so this is the last one on this line I can go through. Sorry about that. This is the last one. So we go 1 and then up to number 2 right here. So sometimes you may have to maneuver beads around to do that, but I didn't have to here. So I'm just holding that. I'm not touching this side at all. I'm just holding this side as I pull it through. See? And that to me is much easier than trying to hold this side and go through this side. So I'm supposed to go through 2. So that's 1. And you'll see once I go through the second one, we'll be even again, where we belong. And don't worry if it gets a little bit loose when you're trying to do this, because we'll tighten it back up in just a second. See, it's trying to go through the 2 beads for 1. There we go. Alright, now we got 2. Now I'm going to take my finger, grab both sides evenly, and pull. Okay? And they're coming out of the same size, like little antenna. Little antenna on a bug. Now the head is all discombobulated flat, so now this is a little loose. I'm going to pull both sides going opposite directions, even tension. If I pulled one too much, I'd pull the loop out, or this side I'd pull it through and it would be all discombobulated again. So, alright, that was line number 22. Number 23 is add 1 main color to, add 1 number 2 main color. Hang on, I lost my spot. Line 23. Add 1 number 2 main color. Add 2 of the main color. One and 2. And it says we're going to go through 1 on the left side. So add 3 in total. So we have 1 of the number 2 main color. And 2 of the main, 1, oh my gosh, it's reading so hard. 1 of the number 2 main color and 2 of the main color. So, see, there you go. And it's keeping, you can see it's keeping in with the design. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to grab my line, pull tight, not taut, not tight, and then pull that line through backwards, and then pull taut and tight, both sides evenly. It says, and it wants us to go through one on the left side, which is this is the side that we work with, the blue side, which we go through the beads on. So we're going to go through one. Okay, there we go. You're going to pull gently, pull taut, both of them, okay? And you'll be able to see when to pull with both sides forward or when to pull this direction. You'll be able to see that. Okay, that was line 23. Line 24 is add 3 of the main color and go through 1. So we're adding a 3. And 3. And we're going to go through 1. And this is line 24. And I know I'm repeating myself, but trust me, for those of you who've not done this before and this is, you know, a little bit more difficult, I'm sure it's helping you a lot because it helped me. And if it's not, then I apologize. Add 4 and go through 2. Still on the main color, or back to the main color. So we're adding 4. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Going back through here. And there we go. Kitty got a little twisted around there. So we're adding 3. Okay. And we're going through, excuse me, we're adding 4 and we're going through 2. This is line 25. Okay, there's 1. Now it looks like we're going down. Wait a minute, we are going down. Why are we going down? Hang on. I'm going to put you on pause. I think I got messed up here. Okay. So I told you it gets a little bit difficult. Alright, it took me a second there. What happened was I grabbed the wrong line and I started beading on the wrong line. I'm like, we're going in the wrong direction and we're not doing what we should be doing. Now, where this is ending up right here is where we finished off that add 1 of the color, or the number 2 main color, and then 2 of the regular color, okay? And then that's where we're at right here. We finished that off right here. Okay, now we add, this is line number 24. We're going to add 3 of the main color and go through 1 on the left. And this is where I messed up. Like, that wasn't right. That's 1, 2, and 3. And that's why you have to do it slow and pay attention. And alright, so there's add 3. I'm going to go through this 1 here. This is add 3, go through 1. And it doesn't help that my brain is, you know, a little foggy, to say the least. So we add 3, went through 1. Add 4 and go through 2. And this is still main color. Two, oops, 3, and 4. And I don't feel so bad about this because the girl did that. And I mean, every one, there's been something I went back and had to undo at least 1 row or something. So we're adding 4, and we're going to go through 2. So that was, now we're going to go through 2 and get that out of my way. You can see where these are coming down. Now that's going to lock that in place. So go through 2, that was 1. And here's 2. And then pull taut and hold. You have to hold these beads or you will jerk the tension out of one side. Still working with my silver side. We're going to learn 26. So add 2, go through 1. Cross through right here. And we're going to pull that gently through. And we're going to go through 1. Now, this line's getting short. So what I'm going to do the next one is I'm going to crisscross these through a different way so that I can change lines because this line's too short for me now. Okay, sorry I didn't mean to get my hand in your face there. And back this out just a little bit. I think we're too close. There we go. All right. Hopefully that helps. So again, this was line 26. Add 2, go through 1, which is what we just did. There's 1, 2, and then 1 through 1. Now line 27 is add 3, go through 2. Still working main color. Most of this whole cat is this main color. That's why there's so many of them. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to go through 2. I'm going to grab a hold of that nice and gentle, pull that through. We're going to go through 2. Oh, I was supposed to close that. Hang on. I'll do that in the next one. See how my brain works? I completely forgot what I was going to do. All right, so there's 1 here. Pull that through. Pull that down. And then here's 2. And we're going to start, I'm hooked on my desk there. Take my hand, I'm going to hold them both, pull taut. Okay. Now I'm going to cross through. So I'm going to add 2 and go through 1. So let's do it this way. Still working on the main color here. So my printer randomly just turns itself on like that. I don't know why it does that. Okay, there's 1, there's 2. I'm going to cross through this time instead of doing the loop because I need to change lines. I just need to remember now that my right side's going to be blue now. And you can see the paint's been taken off on the side because I pulled too hard through that. When I pulled it backwards, I pulled it a little too hard. So I'm going to close that off. And this is go through 1. So we're still doing the same thing it tells us to do. We're going to go through 1. And pull that down. And see, now we're right back to where we started from. But I have a longer, now my working side, what I'm adding these beads on, is longer. A whole lot longer. So we're going to add 4 and go through 3. This is line 29. So we're going to add 4. 2, 3, and 4. Let me go back through this. Pull that down. And pull that down. See? Made that 6-point circle. And we're going to go. Now this looks like we're going down, but it's only because the way the bead's going in a wavy kind of pattern. We're still staying in the next bead. So, there we go. Pull those both. This one's not quite where it belongs. Pull them both. And you can see when this is kind of like a little bit loose. Right here, this is a little bit loose. I can pull gently, whoops, on the right one, or the left one. I can pull that gently down and then pull them both, but gently. Because this is getting to the point where it wants to pop out. That was line 29. So go through 3. Okay, so we added 4 and it wants us to go through 3. So that was 1. Here's 2 and 3. 2 for 1 special. Okay, so now let's, so we're even. See how even we are? That's because we're in the right spot. Okay, line 30 is add 2, go through 1. Still working on the main color here. Remember, we switched lines, so now my line is blue on the right side. It's also the longer side, so add 2, going to go through 1. It's 1, 2, back through. It's not wanting to cooperate, so just kind of move it around. Grab a hold of it, pull it through. Pull it down nice and tight. See a nice another 6-point circle there. Okay, and it says add 2, go through 1. Okay, we're going to go through 1. Don't worry about it being discombobulated because when we pull that down, see? Now, take our fingers, hold our work, pull taut. Okay, and these will pop in and out too as we get going. Once we get done, we'll pop it out the way I did the other cat. Okay, line 31 is add 4 the number 2 main color and go through 2. So we're going to add 4 of the new other color. And 4 here. You go through 2 once we're done. So we're just going to over here grab that, pull it through, and we're going to go through 2. So that's these 2 right here. That's where they're coming together right there. You can hear it snapping into place. Okay, there's those 2 there. Still have even. We're still even. Okay. Then number 32 is add 2 the main number 2 main color and go through 2. So again, adding 2 and going through 2. Here's 2. Pull that down. Pull that through. And pull that down. See? Now it wants us to go through 2. So here's where they're coming together, right here. And so we're going to go through 2. So this one and this one have a little bit of a stretch between the 2 of them. But that's okay. So now we're even, still even. So we're in the right place. And we want to hold your work and give it a nice even, okay? Just to kind of make that sure up. Okay, that's line 33 is add 2, go through 2 of the main color. One, 2, go through 2. Now, let me get this through here and I'll tell you. When we're doing these beads, what I should have done, whoa, that was a big old crack of thunder there. Hold on. Okay, that was a big old crack of thunder, and it freaked out my dog, so she's still trying to pace around. All right, so this is where they're coming down. So we added the 2. We're going to go through 2. Let me get through these 2 here. That was very distracting. All right, so you're going to work up. Okay, so there's 2. I got 2 for the price of 1. All right, so I should have been crisscrossing these as they were getting shorter, and that would have given me more life of my other strand, okay? Because this one's so much longer than the other one. That's something you can do throughout. So as you notice the one... Oh, I just scared her to death. Hold on. She's still freaked out about it a little bit. So anyway, as I said, you can cross back and forth earlier on if you just notice your work is getting done, so you don't end up with a super short line and a super long one. and having to reattach and close off and reattach stuff. So hold on, she's still trying to, I don't know what she thinks she's gonna get. Hey, come here, down. Hey, hey. Yeah, there's another crack of thunder about to happen. So hold on. Again, sorry. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go again. So she's sensing that, because I think we're fixing to get a really big thunderstorm. I think she's sensing the fact that the thunder is about to happen or something. So, all right. So, oh wow. So, I don't know if you can see me. So yeah, I kept going. Do you see that? Our whole, like, I apologize, guys. Hold on one more moment. This is like chaos. Okay, oh my gosh. I had to put her in her kennel because she's so freaked out over the thunder. They feel, she feels very calm in there. It's like a calming place for her. All right, so don't know if you, well, of course I know that you saw that because everything went out except for the camera because it's on my phone. All right, so that was my little blackout there. I guess that will make this interesting, but I'm not starting all over with this cat. So I'm going to finish it and have it as is. So that'll just be a bonus right there. Okay, so that was line 33. We added 2 and went through 2. Now line 34 is add 3 and go through 1. So we're adding 3. Still working with our main color bead again. And we're going to go, let me see, something's all discombobulated here because the whole day's been that way. So we're going to go through 1 on the left side, and I think we're going to start going through the other side soon. So there's 1 on the left side, and it said, oh, I see what happened. I messed that up. Hang on a second. 34. I had to check my thing because I printed off a new one. 34. Yeah, that's weird. I just messed up the print on it. I need to fix the print on it. Let me circle that. So we've already had enough distraction, so I might as well give you a little bit more, right? All right. That needs to come in there. All right, so now that I'm doing that. Okay, so go through 1, and now 35 is add 2 of the main color bead. So that's 1, and that's 2. And add 1 an accent color bead, which is this pink one. And then 1 of the main color bead, and then go through 3 on the left side. Go through here and come down. So that was 2 main color, 1 accent bead, 1 main color, and we're going to go through 3. Now, as I was saying earlier, before all the thunder and lightning and the dog barking 5,000 times and everything else, throughout this beading, you can transfer back and forth occasionally so that you don't end up with too short a line on one side and a really long side on the other. So that was it. Go through 3. Sorry. There's 1, 2. Come on, get in there. 2 and I'm not going to be able to. Nope, there we go. 2 and 3. A 2 for 1. All right. And antenna's still even because we're going to start. You're going to see this and start closing off the head here. All right, so that was on the left side. Now we add 1 accent bead, which is this pink one, and 1 main color bead. And we're going to go through 3 on the left side. Oh, it's fixing. We're fixing to get another big boomer. That first one, I think that hit pretty close to here. Oh, I love thunderstorms. Here we go. Pull that in, just like that. See? See how it's starting to get to, we're going to be closing off the head. See, it did add 1 accent bead, 1 main color bead, and we're going to go through 3. So here's where they're coming together. So there's 1, ring. Can I finagle that in there? Nope. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and we're even. See, we still have the antenna looking thing going on. Just even, which is beautiful. Hold it and pull that tight a little bit. Okay, the next one is add, hang on. That was line number 36. Line number 37 is add 1 accent bead. Okay, and we're going to go through 1 on the left and 2 on the right. So here's where we're really starting to close off that head. So that's 1 accent bead. We're going to go through here. I'm going to put my thumb in there. I'm going to grab my other side. Okay, because it's getting harder and harder to do this because this is one side's getting really short. Okay, so there we go. So we're closing off this head right now. And it's me to go through 1 on the left and 2 on the right. So here's 1 on the left, closing that up, and then 2 on the right, which are going to be through these 2 pink ones right here. I hope that didn't scare the bejeebies out of y'all like it did me. The dog scared me more than the thunderclap did. I didn't expect her to bark at the thunder. I mean, we have thunder showers here all the time. It's Texas. That's part of life here. So, there we go. I'm going to pull nice and taut. That was line 37. So we went through 1 on the left and 2, these 2 pieces right here on the right. See here, we're getting really close to closing this off. Then add number 38 is add 1 accent bead. That was 38, excuse me. Wait a minute. Sorry, no, that was 37. 38 is add 1 accent bead. And we're going to go through. We're going to go through 3 on the left and then go through 1 on the right. Make sure your line does not get twisted. If it does, let it go. And then grab a hold of it. And we're going to go through 3 on the left. So we're going to go through, because this is the only place where you actually kind of go downwards, because we're connecting. So we're going to go through those 2 right there, right? And then we're going to go up. We don't ever just go around. We always go around and up. We don't double back through the beads. So this is the next bead in line. So this is number 3. You can see where this antenna is coming out. So your beads came together. So it's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. All right. So and they match almost, because we have to go through 1 on the right side, which is 1 main color, which is our first main color to go through. Okay. I don't know if y'all can hear that rain. It's just pouring down. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's my favorite weather. All right. So now, 39. Add 1 main color and go through 1 on the left and 2 on the right. We're going to take our 1 main color and we're going to go through 1 on the left and 2 through the right. So here's our main color, and it got a little twisted, so I let go of it, and it just corrected itself. So we're going to pull this down nice and tight. See how it's closing off that head? And it says go through 1 on the left and 2 on the right. So here's a 1 on the left, this bead right here, and then 2 on the right. We're following in line with this circle that's right here, the big one, as we're connecting it. 2 on the right, there's 1, and then 2, oops, 2, okay, now, whoa, electricity might go out again. Number 40 is add 1 main color, and then this is gonna be the last one. I don't have that bead. 1 main color, and we're gonna go through there we go. See, that's it. Now, I'm going to take my left side and I'm going to come around and meet my right side because we're finished with the body and the head, and now we get to do the finishing touches. So hold on, let me come around. I'm going to come around this circle to meet this where I can make a knot. And I may have, my lights just flickered. I may have enough of this long line to actually finish off the face, which I think I'm going to have. Where'd I go? All right, there we are. I got lost there for a second. Oh, there's so many beads. Okay, so here we are. See, I'm coming around with that left side bead, with the left side strand, and I'm coming around and I'm meeting this other one, and we're just going to make a knot just like you do a shoe, or you know, if you would double knot a shoe. Just pull that nice and tight, and pull that nice and tight, making sure you're not getting over anything. Now I want to get this out of the way, so I'm going to double back through the one I just came through. Pull that out of the way. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come down here to the back of the head where I'm not going to be working because I don't want it in the way. Now, I could clip this off except for the fact that I may need it. So I'm going to leave it where it's at for right now, but I don't think I'm going to need it. I think this is going to be more than enough. Okay, so if you're looking at the top of the head, all right, you see the top of the head here. You have your little spot here, this 5-1 here. This is where my line is right here. Let me get something to kind of hang that down there. Get that out of the way. Okay, so here's my line here. Here's where it's coming out. See? I want to come back here to the back of the head where this first color bead is, where it's right in the middle of these beads here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. This is where I want to come out. Right here. And I'm going to make an ear. Add 3 of my color, the same color. And this line is going to be, we're not going to double back with it because it's actually going to anchor itself by what we do. So we don't have to do a lot of backing up. That's also why I like the thicker diameter. Now we're going to go right back through this bead here. Okay? We're going to try to anyway. There we go. Okay. Now, if you have a long enough bead, if you don't, you can just basically cross through this and work with both of them and anchor it down however you need to do that. If you have trouble, you can message me and ask a question. So that would be helpful too. All right. So I came back through here. I need to get over here to this bead up here in the front, and I want to take the shortest direction because I don't want to waste my line. Okay. So the best way for me to go is up this way. So I'm going to come back through here, and I'm going to go through this bead here. See it? And it's going to pull that ear down. See how that just anchored that in there nicely? And then I'm going to come through here. And if you have trouble, don't worry about it. Just maneuver the bead right back too. I'm going to come up to here. Oh, sorry, I'm going to go back to here, to the back. Sorry, I didn't mean to go up, I meant back. Here. To this bead right here. That's not the same color as the pink. It's the only raspberry color. Okay, so we have this 5 right here. These 2 pink and then a raspberry. But we're going to take, because it's a pink, just like we did the purple, we're going to take the pink and we're going to make an ear. 1, 2, and 3. If I was young enough, I'd go play in the rain. I love the rain. I know I just said that like 5,000 times, but I really do. I love a sunny day, but I really like the deep, dark, thundery, billowy. So, all right. See this? Okay. So I came back through this bead here, and that formed that ear. Now same thing, I want to get to the face where I can put the eyes in, and the nose in my quickest way. And the quickest way I'm going to be able to do that is going up the head. So I'm going to take my strand, hopefully. I'm going to go through here. So I just went through here, right, this bead right here. I'm going to work my way around. Here's your eye socket, your nose, and your eye. So I need to come down where I can get into that eye. So this is the bead right here. I'm going to pull down through, okay? I'm going to grab my eyes and my nose. I'm going to grab an eye. This is a one-step process through each one. So it's very easy. I love this. This is the part. It's like, this is so cool. So there's one. We're going to hold that in there. Right? We need to get down to the nose, so we're going to go down. Actually, I need to go down through here. Sorry. This bead right here. And only that bead. This is where having a large diameter hole really helps. And you could probably do this with a smaller one and a needle, but you'd still have to have a really fine monofilament, because I don't think that you might be able to sew it. I don't know if it'll stay. All right, so now here we are. We're ready for the nose. I'm going to take this pink nose, pop that in there. I'm going to go up because I need to put an eye in there. Okay, if I can get through that hole. And if it's a little bit tough, then just pull it out. There we go. There's another one. Isn't that the sound of beauty? Okay. There we go. We're ready for the last eye. See, I didn't think we're going to need that strand, so I'll show you how to cut that off. Okay, here's our last eye. We're going to come through here, and I'm going to come through here. You can go up or down, however you want to go. I'm just going to go back up any which way my line goes. I'm going to get away from the front of the head, and then I'm going to make a knot. And let me get my little handy dandy thing here to help me do this. Hold on. Oh, I just spilled a whole bunch of beads. That makes me so mad. I love this thing. Thank you to my ex-husband for that, because he gave it to me. Let's get this one out of the way real quick, because all we have to do is take this. Okay, not that one. I can get that one out of the way. All right, so now we need to take this, because I've already gotten away from the knot, and clip it. That's why I like the flat. It goes right up against it and clips it. I'm going to save this for the whiskers. Okay, now back to this one. We want to go back through. We're going to make, now I can't get it to go through the way I want it to. I want to make it where it goes through this, and so I can do that knot. There we go. I got it to do it without the thing. It's always fun when it works without it. I'm just going to slip this through the hole twice. I think this is a surgeon's knot, but I don't remember. So I'm going to pull tight. Okay, now I want to get away from this. So I'm just going to take this any which way it'll go. That's easiest for it to go. I'm going to get it out of there and get it away from that knot. See, it popped right into that bead. And I'm going to get away from it. Now, if your ears are a little floppy, you can use this at that point to go ahead and go through the ears again. But usually with this stuff, it doesn't work that way. It's pretty. See, now I got it far enough away from that. I'm going to clip this off, and I'm going to save that for my whiskers. And then put you on pause again, and we're going to come back and we're going to do the feet and the tail, and we'll be done. Look at that cute cat. Okay, back in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. Let me scroll. I don't know if I want to scroll in or out, so hang on. Actually, not supposed to be on that white part there. Just stand this over here just a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so here's our kitty. We still have a lightning vendor. I try to give it a pause and let my battery charge a little bit, but it's not going anywhere, so let's finish this up. Okay. So here's our kitty, and here's our body, and it's kind of hard to see. I know this is really dark. I tried using the light one, like I said, it didn't work any better. So I cut, hang on, I got a little mishap cut right here. When you cut this stuff, if you have, make sure you get all of this in the garbage and not on the floor, because it will hurt an animal or a child. All right, so we have a little 5-point thing going on here. If you're laying this kitty flat on its back, you can see a little circle here under its neck. This comes to a 5-point here, okay? We've got a 5-point here. This first one is going to go through right here, this bead right here, right here. And then the other one's going to go right here. And then we're going to put our bottom ones down here. Hopefully. So, all right. Now we're going to take our accent colors, which are these colors here. I'm going to use the bottom. I'm going to use 2 of the bottom color, because the way this goes, it's very easy, but it is also very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just a little bit tricky. That's all. It's not hard. It's just tricky. Okay, so we're going to cross through this accent color bead here. Okay, we got a number 2 color right here, going through that bead right there. We're going to pull that down. Okay, then we're going to add on this line, we're going to add 1 of each of these accent color, the pink ones. And what this is doing is making the top of the paw. And then there. And then we're going to cross through this one here and get through it. I'm going to cross through this one here and pull this down. Now you can see how it's going to kind of be like the paw. Okay, so I take my purple and put it on this line, and I'm going to go back through this cat's paw here. Okay, now I've got one more line I have not put anything on yet, and that's this one. I'm going to put this purple on it now. So we have this here, and what it's going to do is a knot is going to meet down here at the bottom of this base and hide underneath that base, which is so extremely convenient. See? And it's making a paw. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to go back up through here into here and down into here and then clip it off just to get away from that knot. It's a double knot, so it's not going anywhere. I'm going to do the same with this, and I'm going to save the leftovers for the whiskers. So hold on. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we've got this other one here. And I'm going to put the same thing, one on each side. Okay, I'm going to cross through the middle part. And I know this cat's kind of really red, but it's the colors I had left. Enough to do the cat, so without taking a cat apart. There's a pink one, so we're going to do the pink ones again. So we're going to put one on each one. One on each side. And we're going to cross through this one here. I'm going to pull that down. Okay, and then I'm going to get the purple ones to finish off the feet. Put one in here and hold my other one. So I'm going to go back through here. Once I go back through 2 beads. There we go. Okay, now I still have this other purple bead I have to put on the other one that I did not put anything on yet. It was sitting off by itself, see? And now that I'm going to have this, I'm going to tie this, and they're going to come together right here, and it's going to hide very nicely underneath that. And what it does is it helps support the weight of this cat. You can either sit it on its butt or you sit it on its there. I have the other cats, I have their paws in different places, and I went back through the video and looked again, and I realized I had them in the wrong. It really doesn't matter. It depends on how you want them to stand or sit. So where I was doing it before worked, and this works too. So, all right. So here's my my knot down here, way down here. So I am going to go back up through here. I'm going to show you this once. I'm going to go back through here. I just want to get away from the knot. Far enough away that I have some line, but not so far away that I'm wasting time. Oh, that rhymes. All right, and then I'm just going to take my nippers and go up, right up against that and clip it off. And I'm going to save that for my whiskers. I'm going to do the same thing with this, and I'll be right back, and we'll go to the next one. Okay, so we are at the bottom of the cat. So if you look at the X's, here's the X. We went through those two holes right next to it, going that way. Now we come to this circle. In the bottom of the circle, there's these two right here. And we're just going to go to the beads next to it, right there and right there. Okay, here's these two beads here in this bottom of the circle. I'm going to go to bead here and bead here. So we're going to start off just like we did the other one. And hopefully I'll have enough line on the other one to go straight to the tail without having to restring it, which would be nice. I found a way yesterday to do that, and which was really cool. Alright, so we're going to cross through this pink one. Oops. Cross through this pink one. Alright, and then we're going to add those other ones on there. You can see the kitty's booty here. Kitty booty. Alright, so they're going to cross through that. There's one on that side and one on this side. Pull that tight. Oh, this makes me feel so peaceful. My dad used to sit on the front porch of our farm. We would sit there and he would smoke his cigarettes, because people smoked back then. And he would smoke his cigarettes and drink his Coke, and we would sit and listen to the thunderstorms and just sit there. And it's one of the few times I had my dad all to myself, because I'm from a family of 5. So, and my dad and I had very little in common, but that was one thing, animals and stuff like that we had in common. So it was a really beautiful thing. God rest his soul. Anyway, so here's this. All right, and then I'm just gonna, just like I did the other one, I'm gonna tie this off, and it's gonna go right down to the bottom of that other bead. See how that is? And it's gonna help support the weight of this big giant monstrosity. And double knot that. I'm gonna go back through and hide my lines, and then we're gonna do the last paw and the tail. Okay, last leg, and then the wonderful tail. Okay. Again, our purple, one on each side. One here. One here. One here. One here. Let's see, grab each side, pull down. Do the same thing we did the other 3. Put one on each side, and we're going to go through the one in the middle. If you can hear my stomach, I apologize. It thinks I need something I don't. And let's see. Ooh, that was, my stomach really just, it just got mad at me big time. It's like, what are you talking about? All right, so now I'm going to take the last 2 that I need for the feet, put one on one side, and I'm going to go through, back through, oops, back through this bead right here, Gonna try to go back to this bead. Loosen that up a little bit. There we go. Go back to this bead here. Get it unhinged from the other one. Okay. And then I'm going to put this other purple bead on here, this last one, for this foot on here. Okay, I'm going to take this apart like this, bring it back around, you can see it. This is down where they're going to meet on that raspberry, where it's opening, raspberry color. Now on this one, we're going to do it differently than we did the other. I'm not going to slink through here. I'm going to go back up to the tail, and we're going to make a tail because there's enough of this to make a tail with. Okay, and that saves. I'm still trying to conserve. Uh-oh, hang on a second. We're discombobulated. There we go. So we're coming out the wrong place. Okay, so I need to get where this is the top of the tail right here. I need to have it either anchoring right here with the one of the strands or up here. So whatever the shortest distance is to that point, I'm going to do. Let me take the longest one because I want that one for the tail. This one's not much longer. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one over here, the shorter one, and I'm going to finagle my way through here. There we go. To where I'm coming up out of this bottom raspberry color. And I will use this as an anchor for my tail. And I need to get this out of the way though, because it's going to get in my way, because I've done this so many times, I know that. So I'm just going to grab a little bitty thing here, just so I have to weight it down. Now I'm going to take this other one, which was just a little bit longer. I need to get through here. So I'm going to take the shortest distance between there and here. So again, I have to go to this bead here, which was not really easy to go through, to be honest with you. Hold it up a little bit and see if I get through it. There we go. Love large opening beads. Okay, so I'm just going to come straight through here. Now if you don't have enough, you just need to go through here. Have one end coming out here, one end coming out here. And then it all ends up the same way. Oh, beautiful. Went through both beads at the same time. Okay, so there I have that there. Now I'm going to add on my tail. Now normally if you're doing a 6mm, you're only going to need to put 4. And I just had to pop that right back out because it's going to get poked back in. I'm going to pop it right back out. With a 6mm, you only need 4. With the 8mm, you need 5. It just helps it balance better because a cat can balance on its tail. Now this is why I have this thing here, because they're going to want to cross over and I don't want to get them mixed up. So whatever coloring, however you want to do it, it's your painting, it's your beadwork. Paint it how you want it. Okay, so I need, let's see, let's do one more. Do a pink on that one too. So because this is purple and pink, I'm going to offset it here with this color pink. It's cranberry. I'm going to put pink on it, derp. Okay, there's one. And then I think I did the cranberry on the end. There's 2. And there's 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to come back, I'm going to skip this bead, I'm going to come back through these 4 beads here. 2, and 3, and 4, and number 5. And yes, it's a little bit short, but that's okay because I'm going to be able to make it work. Because I got the slack out. There we go. Now, Kitty's tail's got to go back through here again, so that will anchor it in the position we want it in, right here. Take this off here. Now, I can tie some knots and then get my work out of the way. Hold on. This one's a little short to hold on to, so I'm going to hold on to it with my handy dandy holders here. So I want this nice and tight. That tail needs to be nice and stiff, because it does help anchor that when you're sitting it down. Okay, now that I made that nice little knot in the cat's tail, and I can move this around a little bit, okay? It doesn't have, if it starts sliding to one side, you just move it and it'll move. Now I'm going to hide my lines here, and I'm going to come back and we're going to do the whiskers. Okay, so here's our kitty. You can leave this cat as it is if you don't want to put any whiskers in. I actually like the whiskers on these acrylic ones. I actually like it, so I'm going to put the whiskers in. And what I have found is that, because these are the clippings from the extras that I just saved, and I'm just going to put them in one by one until they're in the position I want them in, and then I will trim them later if I want to, unless I want another Fu Manchu kitty. I'm just going to put them through here, and then you can, use whatever you need to pop that up to get that hole out there, so you can just start sticking them through there. And the cat whiskers on a real cat are not even. They're all over the place. And some cats have a lot of whiskers and some cats have a few. Let's see. And there's going to be some point where I can figure out how to put them on an eyebrow too. Do an eyebrow for the cat. So this one's going through here. See how it is? Like I said, I'm going to position them where I want them, but I'm not going to trim them yet until after this dries, and decide where and what the length is on the kitties I want. And now this is something different that I did, because she had just a straight across, literally it was just straight across cat whiskers. And I want something a little bit more different. So this is one of the things you got to be careful though when you're putting them in. They're going to want to go all over the place. Let me get these out of the way. See, they're just, this is already long right here. These two are long. So I got to figure out where I'm at so I'm not losing my other whiskers. And I'm going to do just a couple more because it's still pretty loose in there. Try to hold my other ones in place so I'm not knocking them out of there. And figure out where you're at in relevance to the, see, there's a lot of kitty whiskers. See, there's my one there. There's several there. Okay, so this kitty's going to have several whiskers, okay? Now, what positions need to be where I want to keep them. This cat, if I want the whiskers to go up or just down and just have one little one that goes up, or two that go up, and I will trim them because that looks ridiculous and being that long. But I'm just going to take my Loctite and even put my cat in the cup so I don't lose my position. You can save your other trimmings for later for another cat whiskers. Just make sure that they don't end up on the floor for the dog or the cat. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm at in proportion. See, this one's kind of moved out of the way. And let's see. I know this one a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Loctite. This one's got more, it's more jelly or liquidy. And put it right in that hole. And the same thing on this side, right in that hole. And then let that go in there a little bit. And that glue will dry. I'm going to put this cat over here. The glue will dry. I'm going to put it away and to the side. And this is what, let me get that out of the way. Sorry, I bumped it, so it just like came out. There we go. So, and then, like I said, this is Fu Manchu kitty. I meant for this cat to have these long whiskers. And then this one is, they're shorter. There's more of them, but they're shorter. So that's just however you want to do your cat's whiskers, if you want to do cat's whiskers at all. So I hope that you enjoyed doing this with me. I enjoyed trying to teach you how to do it. And I hope that you have a wonderful, blessed day. God bless.